Okay, hey everybody, and welcome to Fitness and Fat Loss Secrets. This is episode number 28, and I have a very exciting show for you today. And before we get started, I would like to say welcome to everybody that is just joining us for the first time. And I would like to welcome everybody back who's joining us for another time. And in case you're wondering what is Fitness and Fat Loss Secrets about, it's about this. It's to answer one big question. That big question is, how do we lose weight while still feeling great without cheating by taking dangerous supplements, drugs, or undergoing surgeries that could really hurt us? And how do we sort through all of the confusing information out there when it comes to how to eat and exercise for fat loss? So that's the big question. This Fitness and Fat Loss Secrets Live has the answers for you. So, before we go any further, if you are stuck on your journey, you don't know what to eat, you don't know how to exercise, or your mind, maybe you know those things, but you can't get yourself going, you can't get motivated, I want to help you, and I want to help you for free. I want you to ask me your questions below. Why are you stuck? What's going on? How can I help you? How can I take you from where you are and drive you forward to what it is you need to where it is you need to go? Ask those questions below. I will either answer them live on today's show, I will answer them in the comment section below as a reply to your question, or I will answer it in a future episode of the Fitness and Fat Loss Secrets live episodes, okay? So, please ask your questions. Again, I want to help you to get to where you want to go. In today's show, I'm excited because I have a couple of things that I'm going to share with you, and what they are is this. We're going to be starting a new 2-part series today, and part of the question that we're going to be answering is, why can't you lose weight? So for those of you that are stuck, and most of us are stuck one time or another for one reason or another, I'm going to be sharing with you over a 2-part series why that is. Why are you stuck? And today is part 1 of that. And the other thing we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be going over with you how to fix a stiff neck. You ever wake up in the morning and you just can't turn your head one way or the other, and every time you move, and maybe you start to move and you can't. You got to turn your whole shoulders to move, something like that. We've all experienced that at one time or another. I'm going to show you how to quickly and easily fix it with. Actually, you can do everything I'm going to teach you with nothing, but I'm going to be using one common household implement, which is just a simple dish towel. Okay, I'm going to show you about how to use this dish towel to fix your neck, and that's where we're going to start today's episode with how to fix your stiff neck. So let's first talk about why it is that you would get a stiff neck in the first place, okay? And I guess first I would say it starts with poor posture. When we've talked about in past episodes how to fix rounded shoulders or this upper back. If I'm sitting in poor posture like this, my neck's got to look up, and then I'm all pinched off, down here in my neck. You can see if I'm hunched this way and I look up, I get a crease here in the back of my neck. And if you're not addressing your posture, first of all, go back and look at our past episode on how to fix your posture, because that's going to be a key component to preventing this from happening over and over. Then the other reasons that this mainly happens, almost always, is someone wakes up from sleep, and either you are a stomach sleeper and you turn your head one way, and so the muscles on one side of the neck get pulled and the others get kind of bottled up in there. Or you're sleeping on your side and the pillow is too high, and so your neck is cranked up like this, or it's too low and it's the other way. Or you're laying on your back and just something's not quite right with the way you're sleeping, and then you wake up and the neck is like, oh my gosh, it's like you just can't even move it, right? So let's talk about how to fix it. So let's say this is my right side over here, and I'm taking my left hand, and you're going to reach over to the right side. Now, the muscles that are in your neck, when I turn over to my left, you'll be able to see these muscles here in my neck stick out, called sternocleidomastoid. It's big muscles here, and they run essentially kind of up and down. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to work on a cross fiber massage. It's real simple. Again, if it's on your right side, you're going to take your left hand, reach across those fibers, and you're going to feel for where it feels tight. And it could be all the way up here in the back of your neck, and it could be down lower, but find somewhere between somewhere where it's tight or in between the bottom and the top here. So if you're even just in the middle, you can try this out. You're gonna reach across the fibers and you're gonna pull around. So you're pulling this way. So you get your fingers and you're kind of hooking them like this, and then you're going to pull across those fibers. This is cross fiber massage, and when you do this cross fiber massage, it's a really great way to loosen up the muscles in your neck. Okay, so that's the first thing. Again, cross fiber massage, and if you're tight on, this is my left side of my neck. So if I take my right hand, reach across, and you pull again, you pull across the fibers this way with kind of a hook like this, okay? So that's the first thing you're gonna do if you have a stiff neck. The second thing you're gonna do is you're gonna turn your head 45 degrees in the direction that so if this is my right side, so I'm gonna turn toward it 45 degrees, and I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm gonna pull away, just like this. At the same time, I'm gonna be trying to drop the shoulder down, and I'm pulling my neck this way, okay? Like that. And if you're tight here, you're really gonna feel that pull on your neck. Even if you don't have a stiff neck, like I don't have a stiff neck today, but even right now, I can feel this pulling, okay? So that's the second thing. So we have cross fiber massage, we have turning the head 45 degrees, and pulling over. The next thing, you're gonna keep your head straight, and you're just gonna tip it exactly, just tip it, okay? So it's here, and you just tip it over, and you're also gonna pull. Try to keep this shoulder down, and then pull it over. And you can give it a pretty decent pull. You don't have to think much about that. Actually, that said, I should just mention one caveat here. If your stiff neck is creating, if you have tingling sensation or shooting pains that end up down into your shoulder or down the arm or down your back in any way, that most likely is an indication you have something a little bit more serious going on. It's not just in the muscle. Most likely you have something like a disc bulge or something like that. In that case, if you have tingling sensation, numbness, tingling, or zinging sensations that go down your arm or down your neck or down your back, then in that case, you'd want to get in and see your doctor, your trusted chiropractor, or trusted physical therapist, and they will be able to assess you further to make sure that that you're not, if you're going to be doing these stretches, that you're not pulling something that's going to further injure a disc that's moving out of the neck space, okay? So that's it. So we have three things we've done so far. We have the cross fiber massage, we have the turning the head 45 degrees and over, we have the head straight and just tipping it straight over, okay? That's three things. We have one more thing, and what you're going to do with this one is you're going to take your fist or knuckles of the same side. So again, this is my right side. I would take my right hand, and the knuckles, I'm going to put them right in to the muscles that feel stiff, and then you're going to lean into that, just like this, okay? Lean into it. And as you do that, you may initially feel some kind of, you might feel a little tender in those muscles, but as you lean into it, what you'll notice is that will lessen, and it'll start to feel much, much better, okay? Now, on that same note, what you can do, you can take this is an ordinary dish towel, you put it around your neck like this, okay? And if I'm having trouble turning my head, this is to my right, if I'm having trouble turning my head to the right, what I want to do is I'm going to take the towel, roll it up, and you're just going to pull. You're going to pull, pulling that way, evenly with both hands, okay? Now, after you're pulling, what you're going to do is you're going to turn your head to the right, and then with the left hand, you're going to pull it further, okay? You can see if I'm turning my head to my right this way, you're going to turn my head this way, the bones back here, right here, if you watch my fingers, you can see they go the other way, right? So what I want to do here with the towel is I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to pull to assist that neck turn, like that. And what you're doing is you're literally just assisting the muscles in turning, and sometimes what you do, in doing that, what you do is you free up the bones in the neck to actually be able to rotate, which oftentimes allows then the muscles to settle down and feel much, much better, okay? Now I'll give you a bonus tip, and of course you can do that either way. If you have trouble turning to your left, you'll take your right hand and pull this way, and you're just trying to assist that neck turn, okay? Now, I'll give you a bonus thing here for your neck, and that is with the towel rolled up, right in the base of the cervical spine, so it's the top part of your spine there. You're going to pull evenly with both hands, and you're simply going to nod your head, kind of yes, and kind of this yes, like this, okay? Just go like that, and this helps to reset the neck, helps to reset those neck muscles, helps get the bones lined up in the right kind of way. And if you're more tight on, say, the right side, what you can do is you can pull this a little bit this direction, and you nod off to an angle, maybe 30 to 45 degree angle. You're nodding in the yes direction, but at that angle, and you can do that for both sides. And if you're looking just to prevent neck pain, this is a nice thing to do. Even as I'm doing this right now, I don't have any neck pain today or anything, but it just feels good to do that, okay? So that's that. That's how you solve. If your neck is stiff, follow those things and it will fix it right up for you, okay? All right, cool. So let's move on. So next what we're going to do is we are going to talk about the reason you can't lose weight. And like I mentioned at the front of this episode, this is going to be a 2-part series, and there's going to be 7 different things that are going to come up for why you can't lose weight. Today we're going to talk about 3 of them, and next week we'll talk about the remaining 4, okay? So as we're going through this, if you're listening to this, you want to lose weight, right? You either want to maintain the weight you're at if you've already achieved your ideal weight, and or you're wanting to lose weight, which is almost all of you. 99% of you are wanting to lose weight from where you're at right now. And oftentimes it is you're stuck for whatever reason. You can't really figure out why it is you're stuck. You sometimes know what to do, but you just can't get yourself to do it, or whatever the thing comes up. So the number one thing I'm going to talk about, we're going to talk about the things that block you from being able to move forward in your weight loss journey. And the thing that the number one blocker is right between your ears here. It's your brain, okay? It's your mind. And when you are wanting to achieve weight loss, but your mind is not programmed for it, you will sabotage yourself every single time. So the first thing you want to do to get your mind on track is, when you want to lose weight, the first thing you want to do is every morning, and you can do this throughout the day, but I find it the most effective for myself and for others that I've worked with to do this first thing in the morning, is to visualize yourself. Close your eyes, visualize yourself exactly how it is you want to look, how it is you want to feel, okay? I want you to imagine how you've always wanted to look, or maybe you've looked a certain way in the past and you want to get back to that. Close your eyes and visualize it. You got to get your mind locked onto what it is you really want, okay? That is a key factor that will really help you in moving forward. The second thing that's going to help your mind is you got to protect your mind from negative talk, okay? Now, if you pay attention to what it is your mind is actually saying, the thoughts that you're actually having, what you will find is the things that you're probably saying to yourself, you would never say, like, for example, maybe to me, you would never say them to someone else that you care about. You would never say these things to maybe probably something to somebody you don't care about. This kind of goes back to an old adage, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all. But if you're paying attention for real, you will notice that the thoughts come up, the way that you talk to yourself is not good. You might be saying negative thoughts. But what I want you to do is to practice when a negative thought comes up is, for one, to acknowledge it, but 2, to reject it. Not just to acknowledge it, but to acknowledge it and then reject it as not true. It's not true about you, okay? You gotta reject it. And the quicker you can get onto the idea of doing that, the faster you're gonna be able to move on and get back to a thought, a mindset that is going to help you, okay? Now the third thing here is, under the assumption you want to be thin and fit, right? You want to be thin, you want to be fit, but you might be telling yourself that you are not fit and fat. And if you're telling yourself that, the mind starts to believe it and will start to do things to go toward that. So you got to tell yourself that you are fit. You got to tell yourself that you're attractive. You got to tell yourself that you're thin. You got to tell yourself the things that you want to really be. And then if those negative things, when they come up, because they will come up, you guys, when they come up, reject it dismiss it and get back to what it is you want to be and start visualizing yourself for what you want. Not even what it is you are, not what it is you have been, but what it is that you want. Okay, it's so important. That's how you get your mind on track. And then the last thing here with getting to your mind is you have to give up the belief that you can't achieve the body that you've always wanted. Sometimes people have been working at a certain result for a while, and then they just start to doubt themselves fully. Like, I just can't do it. You got to get rid of that talk and replace that can't with a can. I can do it. You can do it. You can do this, you guys. You can. And you will when you practice these things. Again, we're going to be talking about 7. This is the first of the 7, getting the mind right. Okay? Now, let's move on to the second thing. The second thing that blocks you from moving forward is your fear. Okay? And change makes most people nervous. It makes makes things bubble up that makes you start to doubt or maybe not to take action moving forward. But what you want to do, and this is from a professional speaker, motivator, guru, however you want to call him, but isn't it Tony Robbins, okay? And back in November, Kelly and I went to a Tony Robbins event, and he gave us some tips for how to deal with fear and how to overcome it to make lasting change, okay? And so the first one of those things are you have to believe that something must change, okay? You have to believe that something must change. And you can't be wishy-washy about it. You can't think, oh, it would be nice if it would change, because it's not going to work. You have to fully believe that it must change, okay? And then the second part of that is you have to believe that you must change it. Not me change it for you, not your significant other change it for you, not the next diet fad change it for you, not any other thing change it for you, but you have to change it. So again, you have to believe that something must change. And then the next thing is you have to believe that you must change it, okay? Now, the third part of this one, the way to overcome fear, is to believe that you can change it, okay? Now, you may have failed in the past. Chances are you have failed in the past, because I haven't talked to a person yet that's been on a weight loss or fitness journey that hasn't failed along their way. So just know that that's normal. It would be weird if you had not failed, okay? But that the past does not equal the future. I know you've heard this, but it's important that you believe it, okay? It's important that you believe it. So you have to, just to review, the way when you feel fear come up inside of you about making the change, the ways to overcome that are to believe that you must change, in this case, your weight. You must change your weight. It's not okay to have the belly that's going to cause you a heart attack. It's not okay to have the fat on parts of your body and making you feel how it's making you feel. Not allowing you the energy that you want to have to go and experience life. Okay? Then you must believe that you have to change it, right? And the last part is believe that you can change it. That is how you overcome the fear. Now we're going to move on, you guys. We're going to move on to the blocker number 3 of 7. And the blocker number 3 of 7 is this. It is your excuses. Okay? It's simply your excuses. Now, you might be saying something like, well, I'm old and that's why I'm out of shape. Let me tell you something. It's just an excuse. You may be saying, well, I don't have time and that's why I'm out of shape. Again, that's an excuse. So when it comes to looking the way that you want to feel, you can't let excuses get in your way any longer. It's time to take full responsibility and be done with excuses and expect more from yourself than you ever have before, you guys. Okay? So expect more from yourself than you have before. Because when you change your expectations, you start getting rid of excuses. And when you focus on the big reason why you want to lose weight. Why do you want to do this? What are you really going to get from it? Okay? If you want motivation, Find your big reason why. Why do you really want it? If you only have a little reason why, you're only going to have a little bit of motivation. But if you have a big reason why you want to change it, then you have big motivation to change it. So on a day when you wake up and it feels, maybe you're not feeling your best, you still need to go do some exercise. Maybe you're tired because you didn't get in bed on time last night. But we're not going to let that be the excuse for why we don't take care of our body today, because we didn't do what we were supposed to do yesterday by getting in bed in time. Or maybe you just had a night's sleep that just wasn't great for whatever reason. Those come up now and then. But no matter what, you're going to get yourself up out of bed and you're going to go start your day with the things we've been talking about here, right? Once you have your reason why, make a list of all the benefits that you're going to get when you achieve the body that you want, when you have the energy you want, when you look how you want to look. What are the things that are going to really, what are the benefits there? What are the rewards for doing that, right? And then I want you to just remember this one final thing before we sign off for part 1 of this 7 blocking reasons why you can't lose weight, which is this. In life, you can only have really 2 thoughts, okay? You can either have your excuses or you can have results. You can either have your excuses or you can have results. It's up to you to decide, all right? It's up to you to decide. So decide it. That's it for our Altman the Altman Fitness page. For the Altman members, hang tight. I'm going to be right back and we'll continue on with how to fix piriformis syndrome. And it's not what you think, because most of you have seen something before and it's not what you think. I'm going to be showing you the truth about how to fix piriformis syndrome, which is the outside part of the leg. It's this part of the leg out here that can be very tender and sore. And I'm going to show you how to fix it once and for all. Before I sign off to the Altman Fitness group, I just want to say thank you so much for showing up. I love you for it because it means you are loving yourself by taking care of yourself. If you're not already one of our prized members here at Altman Fitness, I want to invite you in. Just above this video, you will see a link for 3 free afterburn workouts. Simply click on the link. We'll take care of the rest for you. We'll bring you in. We'll get you started in a way that's going to be right for you, okay? And the other thing you're going to see just above this video, there'll be a couple of other links. A couple of episodes ago, I did a show where I talked about how to go out to eat and still be able to lose weight. And there's a whole free PDF download that you can get just above here. You can see the link for that. And then there's another PDF that you'll see there, another link for 5 ways to make change now. And you'll be able to find either of those links. They're both free resources. Download them, take them, and use them. Pass them on if you want. They're for you to use and pass on. Until next week, you guys, 10:45 every Wednesday, I'll be here. I'll see you guys. You guys hang tight. We'll be talking about piriformis syndrome. Bye for now. Bye.